Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm doing a video on what I eat in a day. So to get started with breakfast, I'm first grabbing some quick oats. And I'm taking a half a cup of them. And then I'm measuring a cup of unsweetened almond milk. You can use any kind of liquid for this. I sometimes use water. But if you do use like vanilla almond milk, it will help change the flavor. And then I'm taking some of these organic blueberry preserves, about a tablespoon, and I'm just mixing them in. I have been making this breakfast a lot recently, mainly because one day I was really craving blueberry muffins, and not that these taste exactly like blueberry muffins, but once I added the maple syrup, they were sweet enough that they had a very similar flavor. So the more maple syrup or any sweetener that you use, the sweeter it is going to be. I felt that just a little splash of maple syrup did the trick. And then I'm just microwaving it. Oatmeal really depends on the consistency that you like, so I tend to check mine every minute to 30 seconds. But this is how mine came out. You can see that after it's all mixed together again, the blueberries kind of help the oatmeal turn a little bit purple, which is kind of fun, and just like blueberry muffins. And then for lunch, I started with steaming some broccoli in my rice cooker. So I just add some water to the bottom of my rice cooker, put them in a steaming basket, and then I turn it on and hit steam. While that was steaming, I started heating a pan and poured a little bit of oil in. And then after that, I had cut up some tofu. I'm just using extra firm tofu here that I squeezed the water out of. And then I'm just frying it up. If you don't like tofu, you can use chicken or any other protein. I just think tofu goes really good with the dish that I'm making. And so to continue prepping my lunch, I took some leftover quinoa and I just heated that in the microwave. And after that was warm, I took it out. And while that was cooling off for a little bit, I decided to cook some mushrooms down. I really just wanted them cooked down so that way they're softened. And then when my tofu looked crispy, I flipped it over so we got crispy on the other side. Then I went to check on my broccoli and realized it was very hot, but it was the consistency that I wanted. So I went ahead and I took my broccoli out of the steamer basket. And then I started making my quinoa bowl. So I added the quinoa into a to-go bowl. I had a very busy day when I was filming this, so I needed to take my lunch to go because I didn't have time to sit at home and eat it. And then I took my steamed broccoli and my mushrooms. And then I had chopped up some cucumbers and added those in there. And then I started layering in my crispy tofu. After all that was in, I added some white sesame seeds and some black sesame seeds. And then I just drizzled over some soy sauce. And I added some sweet chili sauce. I had heard good things about sweet chili sauce, but I really didn't think I was gonna like it. But then I tried it, and as you can see, I really like it all over everything. I get mine at Trader Joe's, but I'm sure that's no surprise. And after it's all covered in my favorite sauces, that's what my lunch looked like. And eventually it was time for dinner, so I started with just boiling a pot of water. And then I made some of my favorite pasta, which is this spaghetti made with Jerusalem artichoke flour. It really just tastes like regular pasta to me, which is probably why I like it so much. Once that was cooked down, I went ahead and drained it. And then I moved everything back into the pot so that way I could add my sauce and everything else. So first I added half a jar of pesto. It was a pretty small jar, but I just added whatever I had left over. And then I took some of this cauliflower puree. This is great to keep on hand if your grocery store sells it, because it really just makes anything creamy if that's something you like. So I added it with the pesto, and I had some secret veggies hidden in there, plus the spinach that I'm adding. And it really just tasted like a creamy pesto sauce. The cauliflower is kind of muted with all the flavor from the pesto and even from the spinach. So after all my spinach was added, I just went and mixed everything around until I got it to the consistency that I wanted. And then I moved it all to a bowl, and I was ready to eat. When I made this meal, I was so hungry. I had had such a long day. So I was excited to have something super yummy. And then I realized that I forgot some cheese. So I sprinkled some Parmesan on top. And I definitely had 2 bowls of these because it was good. So I also went out with some friends for some drinks because it was one of my friends' birthdays. And it was a lot of fun. It was a great way to conclude a busy day, to sit back and relax with some good friends. And then we ordered some nachos. These were trash can nachos, and I think you can figure out why, but they were a lot of fun. And we also ordered some tater tots, but this is all that I have for this week. This is how my day ended, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this style of video. I will be back on the screen next week, so feel free to check me out there. Leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Bye!